Hi, my name is Amy Weber. I am a child therapist, a parent coach, and co founder of Speak, Learn, and Play here in Brooklyn. This month, in preparation for summer, we are talking all about adventure. And today, specifically, I want to talk about the adventure mindset, seeing parenting as exploration and not evaluation. I am so glad you are here. This is a different way of thinking about parenting, especially those of you who are parenting neurodivergent children. What if we thought about parenting not as a performance to be judged, but as an adventure to be lived? And what if the goal wasn't asking, am I doing this right? But asking, what can we learn together? It's a small shift, but it can change everything because evaluation sounds like, am I failing? Why can't we get this right? Why does this seem easier for so many other families? But exploration sounds more like, what is this behavior telling us? What might help on hard days? What are we going to try next? One creates a lot of shame, and the other one creates more possibility. And that is the adventure mindset. Parenting is a journey and not a report card. So many parents I meet feel like every hard moment is evidence. A meltdown must mean I handled that wrong. Resistance must mean I'm too soft or I'm too strict. A rough week means we are going way backwards. On any real adventure, though, obstacles are expected. Wrong turns happen, weather changes, maps need revising. That isn't failure, that's the journey. Challenges are not proof that something is broken, they're often just information. A hard moment can become a clue, not what's wrong with my child, not what did I mess up today, but what is this teaching us? That is a radically gentler way to parent, and honestly, a much smarter one too. Curiosity is a parenting superpower. I like thinking about curiosity as a flashlight. Judgment narrows our vision. Curiosity lights up the trail. Instead of he's being so difficult, try what is making flexibility hard right now. Instead of she refuses to do anything, try what makes starting feel unsafe. Curiosity helps us move from behavior management to understanding. And understanding changes everything because kids do well when they can. And when they can't, curiosity helps us figure out why. Curiosity sounds like, I wonder what made today feel harder. I noticed transitions after school are rough. What happens right before things fall apart? That's detective work. That's exploration. That's adventure. And kids absorb this mindset too. They learn that problems are solvable, mistakes are survivable, getting stuck isn't the end of the story. And that teaches and builds resilience. Growth often looks messy. I wish that progress looked like a neat, tidy staircase. It doesn't. It never does. It looks more like this. We take 2 steps forward. We take one weird sideways leap. We take a dramatic tumble. We take a snack break. Then there's suddenly unexpected growth and we move up 5 steps. It's Very scientific, as you can tell. Especially with neurodivergent kids, growth can look inconsistent. Skills show up, then they disappear, then suddenly they come back stronger. And that's normal. Learning often looks chaotic before it looks competent. Think about hiking a mountain. From far away, the summit looks like one straight line. Up close, we've got switchbacks, turns, doubling back, steep patches, rock scrambles, rest stops to catch your breath. Growth is like that. Messy never means failing. Messy usually means developing. I really want parents to hear that because so much shame comes from mistaking normal struggle for evidence of doing it wrong. So, how can we model flexible thinking and wonder? One of the best gifts we can give kids is showing them what flexibility looks like in real life, not preaching it, living it every single day. When a plan falls apart, narrate, well, that's not how we thought it was going to go. What's going to be our plan B? That is flexible thinking. When your child is stuck, let's be curious together. That is collaborative problem solving. When something surprising happens, we learned something here. That is wonder. Adventure minded parents don't pretend that nothing is hard. They model how to respond when hard things happen. And that matters because kids borrow our stance toward uncertainty. If we treat every detour as a massive disaster, they learn fear. But if we treat detours more like a part of discovery, they will learn adaptability. And that's a huge difference. So let's go over some concrete tips to building an adventure mindset at home. A few practical ways to get started. Number one, we want to replace what's wrong with what's the clue. When something goes sideways, ask, what is this moment showing us? Maybe your child isn't actually resisting homework. Maybe they're overwhelmed with starting homework. And that clue changes your response. The second strategy is use yet language. Instead of, he can't handle that, try, he can't handle that yet. That one word opens the trail forward. The third thing I'd suggest is making family experiments. Try saying, let's run an experiment this week. Maybe you test a new bedtime routine, a different transition plan, a visual checklist. Experiments remove pressure. You're not succeeding or failing. You are just gathering data. That is very adventurous energy. You can also try celebrating detours. At dinner, for example, ask, what problem did we figure out today? Not just what went well, but what did we adapt to? Where were we flexible? That teaches flexibility is worth noticing. The fifth strategy I like to suggest to parents is using wonder out loud. Practice saying stuff like, I wonder what would help. I wonder what your brain is needing right now. I wonder if there's another path. Wonder softens defensiveness instantly. Pure magic. In closing, I want to leave you with this. Adventure begins when we stop treating parenting like an evaluation, because parenting is not a test that you pass. It's a landscape you learn. There are going to be plot twists. There will be muddy trails. There will be moments you feel completely off map. That does not mean you are failing. It means you are parenting. And often the richest discoveries happen off the planned route. So maybe this week, when that old question shows up, am I doing this right? Try replacing it with, what can we learn together? That question changes the entire journey. And maybe that is the adventure. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you soon.